Hey, one thing that pops up every now and again that I want to talk about in Moneyland and in the podcast Facebook group is a question that Amanda put in, and we will always answer people their question where they're at, John. So whether they're new to investing, new to property, new to budgeting, our podcast and show audience has a variety of people, and it's a kind of big revolving door. We get advanced people come in and leave because I'm not advanced enough for them, or you might have beginners come and leave, or people that are just there for the entertainment value. But Amanda asked in the group, small investing. If you had 6 to 10K to invest short term, where would you invest? I'm talking 10 to 12 months. Now, I guess coming in John Pidgeon's from the This Is Property podcast, in your world, because I'll throw to you because you can only talk in property language.
Brow.
Yeah. What's the, in the property world, what would you say short, medium and long term with property?
With property only.
Ownership. I won't say residential home to buy and live in or investment unless they're different. But what is it for you?
I think short term we'd refer to as probably 1 to 3 years. Like you're doing some sort of development or project that says I'm going to move it on after that period once it's complete. Now, it could blow out longer, but generally that's where you'd be.
Yeah.
Midterm is your sort of 5 to 8 years, and then longer term we would say a full cycle, generally speaking. So anything from 8 to 10 onwards.
Yeah, right. Because I would think in my money world, and this is cool, like I agree short term in my world is under 3 years, would be considered short term. Medium term, I'm thinking 3 to 5, and long term, 5, 6, 7 plus years.
Yeah, well, I saw a stat the other day in real estate that the average ownership time is 22 years.
For a house?
Yeah.
Yeah, for ETF, it's probably 10 minutes.
Yeah,
because people put money in and move it out.
That's always the difference, isn't it? It's like it's a rigid beast, property.
Yeah.
So very different, but it all comes back to your thinking.
Yeah, so Amanda, because you want to invest in what I would say is definitely short term, and you've actually literally said that, short term, and you've specifically said 10 to 12 months, I'm personally thinking we're not entertaining any type of investing. We're keeping that money in cash, in a savings account, online savings account, not at your transactional account. We want some interest bearing. I don't know if we need to be a candidate for a term deposit, but we do know one thing. If you are talking 10 to 12 months, there's a reason that you need it to be 12 months. So what's happening in the 12 months?
I need to double it.
Well, maybe go to the casino.
So what if Amanda's saying, well, I get all that, that's boring. Yeah, so it's like, okay, I know Captain Sensible says I shouldn't be doing anything with it, but that's what I want to do, and I'm resigned to the fact that I'm going to do something.
Well, I don't think, if you want to double this money or turn it up within 12 months, you're not investing, you're stepping into speculating.
I know, but so, okay, call it speculating. I'm going to do that. Because realistically, if you put 10K into an average performing ETF or whatever it might be, what are we expecting? 7 to 10, 12%?
Maybe. It could be a year where it's -5.
Yeah, so but on the average returns.
Yeah, I mean, you would target with equities, broad-based equities, we'll call it 8 or 9%.
Yeah, so let's get a better result at 10 for my maths and say, well, okay, I invest 10,000, I get $1,000 return. Is that worth it?
Well, it isn't, because what happens in 12 months' time where you need that money and the market has tanked 10% and now you've only got $9,000.
That's right.
Now, what I've actually done, Amanda, because it's all got to do with risk and reward and a premium for risk. So if we invest in equities, we're taking a risk because the capital isn't secured, and we should get a premium for taking that risk. So based on 8%, $10,000 if it was a perfect 8% for that year, we'll just call it no income, just growth in the thing, $800. Simple. Now, if you just got that $10,000 and found a really good online bank account that might pay 4.8%, that's $480.
Term deposit or just?
Whatever.
Yep.
Whatever. It's capital secure, so it's not going down. It's backed by the government. So if the bank goes under, the government will give you $10,000 back. So the difference or the spread between the 4.8 and 8% over that year, knowing that it's not a guarantee, that 8%. Term deposit will be a guarantee. That's $320 difference that you would be rewarded for taking on that risk. I don't think it's worth taking on that risk to get an extra $300 because what if it goes backwards?
I agree.
Now, it might go up to 15%. We don't know. But we just need to all calm down in this fast-paced, crazy world, and this clip won't even age well. You know, AI's here, everything's here. Or even go back to 1950s, microwave. Oh, I can get food, throw it in the microwave. I don't have to spend 40 minutes boiling a stove. I can just zap it, right? We are conditioned for things to happen fast. But that's not the fundamentals of investing hasn't moved with the mod cons of society.
No, it's still a boring, considered, long-term approach.
Yeah.
I could argue that anyone in that situation could save that difference.
Yeah.
If they just knuckled down and made a couple of changes.
Well, we know any time you've got a portfolio with under $100,000 or a bank account, the best return that you're going to get will be the capital contributions. So if you saved $100 a week into that portfolio and there was $100,000 in there, that's 5% of your own money that's going in. Now, that $100,000, once that invested, that's going to generate more than 5%, hopefully, might do 10% one year, which would then be $10,000, which is more than your capital contributions.
Yeah.
So I think what I want to say to Amanda, you don't have to get invested. It's okay to keep the money in cash.
Boring.
But you talked about, speculative before and all that. I only put money in speckies or stuff like that or, from walking past the casino, I got $50, I put on roulette. You can't even do that at the start now. You got to register.
You can't use cash.
We were there for a show the other night and went upstairs trying to get some dinner and I had cash. I'm like, I'm going to put $50 on roulette. Wouldn't take my money. I'm like, stuff this. I'm like, I'm going to shove this in a poker machine. You've had to register. I'm like, all right, I'm walking out.
To have a card or a chip or something.
So with the Star getting done for money laundering and all that stuff.
Washing.
I think they've really turned it up. So you have to register and get a playing card.
Yeah, okay.
So anyway, I'm like, all right, I'm not registering, don't care that much. I was literally just like, I'm here, I got $50, let's blow it.
How much would they have lost on
mate.
potential?
Well, then I'm just like, I don't care about gambling that much. I'm literally going down and we're watching a show. So, but the reason I say that $50 or that quote unquote, if Amanda said, I've got $6 to $10,000 to blow to try and double, it's a different conversation. It means our financial house is taken care of. We've got our emergency fund. We're out of consumer debt. We've got our goals happening. And it's just the money on the side for speckies and stuff.
Yeah, it's relative in our life, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like your $50 at the casino, her $10,000 is relative. Like Kerry Packer put $4 million on a horse to win the Melbourne Cup.
Did he really?
Might and Power, 1980 or 90.
Did it win?
Yeah, it won by like a half nose or something.
Yeah.
Like,
but I think,
so to him, that's probably the same percentage as your $50 at the casino.
Yeah. So my point is, if you have short-term money goals, and I mean less than 3 years, we're not entertaining investing. I'll carve out the first home super saver scheme. If you're saving for a first home and all that within the next 3 years, we'll carve that out. The reason that I think medium is 3 to 5 years, because you might potentially say, look, I've got 10 grand here. I think I'm going to need it in maybe 3 years. We might put it in a Vanguard diversified growth fund that could be a 70-30 or a 50-50. So we do have some exposure to growth. And then over the next 3 to 4 years, and always look at the holding document, and they'll tell you the minimum suggested hold time. And you might say with this medium-term stuff, well, if we get to the end of the road and the market isn't that great, we can defer taking that out. We can push the goal out 3 or 4 months and just see what happens.
Let's play a game. What do you think Amanda needs it for in 12 months?
I'm not sure. We'll find out once we get the podcast started. Hey, it's Glen here. Thank you so much for watching today's video. You made it to the end. Can I ask a favor? Can you hit that like button and maybe hit subscribe if you want to get notified when we release further videos just like this one, whether you watch the Money, Money, Money podcast or Retire Right. And remember, if you want to learn more about investing, I've got an investing book, The Quick Start Guide to Investing, and there's a link in the description to get your hands on a copy. Thank you so much. Bye.